Today we're going to be working with solid figures. You need your workbook, page 255. It should look like this one right here. And by solid figures, it means it's a 3D shape. We have been working with plane figures. Remember, I told you that a plane figure is like as if I drew a circle. If I laid it down, I cut it out from a piece of paper and I laid it on the table, it would be flat. It would look like that. Okay, if I looked at it from the side. Same thing if I cut a square out of a piece of paper, I laid it on the table, it would be flat, just like that. But what we're doing today is we're going to be working with three-dimensional figures. And they're called solid figures. Okay, so let's take a look over here at number 1. First of all, the directions say circle the solid figure. So let's do that first. Do you see a solid figure? Is it this first figure or the second figure? If you said the first figure, you are correct. That's the solid figure. Okay, that's the first thing we need to do. Now we need to do the second part of the directions. Write cone, cube, rectangular prism to identify the solid figure. Which one is it? A cone, a cube, or a rectangular prism? You're right. It is a cube. So write cube underneath that. For numbers 2 and 3, circle the solid figure and tell me if it is a cone or a rectangular prism. Okay, check your answers. Number 2, you should have the cone circled, and number 3, the rectangular prism circled. All right, now whenever you have 3D figures, they still have vertexes, sides, edges. Okay. Why is this not? Oh, here it goes. Okay. So we want to look in this peach box right now. A vertex is where 3 or more edges meet. So basically those are the corners. Okay, so this would be a vertex. This would be a vertex because you have 1, 2, 3 edges meeting there. So the corners are vertexes. Look over at the cone right here. The top is a vertex. It's a corner. Okay. Even though the face or this part over here is a curved surface and it's just like it just keeps going around continuously, that is still a vertex at the top. All right. Now let's talk about the faces. The face is the flat surface. You can actually set it down on its face and it will rest there. So for the rectangular prism, any of these flat areas, those are the faces. There's one there. There's one here. And so forth. Okay. Look down here below at this cylinder. Right there is a face. Okay. The cone, the bottom of the cone that it's sitting on, that is the face because it is a flat surface. It has to be a flat surface to be a face. All right. Now an edge is where 2 faces meet. So this face is meeting with this face right here. Okay. So that's why where the 2, I always call them walls, but where the 2 faces come together, that is an edge. So that's pretty much everything that you would draw. If you were to draw this, you'd be drawing the edges. There's an edge there, there, and there. Okay? All right. So now, let's take a look at these shapes, numbers 4, 5, and 6. Look at the sphere. It's round. It's just round. It has a curved surface all over the whole thing. Let's mark if this figure has any of these features. Does the sphere have a face? No. Does the sphere have an edge? No. How about a vertex? No. What about a curved surface? Does it have a curved surface? Yes, it does. So we're going to fill that in. Okay. Let's do number 5 together. So look at the cylinder. Does it have a flat face? Does it have a face anywhere? Yes, it does. It has one right here and one underneath on the bottom. So it does have a face. Does it have an edge? No. Because even though this is curved, it's not another face connecting with this face, so it doesn't count as an edge. Okay, so no edge for the cylinder. Does it have a vertex? Like a corner anywhere? No. But it does have a curved surface. Okay, you do number 6. Pause the video. Figure out number 6. And then check your answer. Okay, the rectangular prism does have a face. Down here on the bottom, there is a face. Okay. Does it have an edge? Yes, it does. It has edges. Okay. So we'll fill that in. Does it have a vertex? Yes, it has a few. Okay, let's do that. Does it have a curved surface? No, it does not. Okay, so number 7. Match each solid figure with its description. So let's look at the cone. Right here, the cone. And let's read the choices. 6 congruent faces. Does a cone have 6 congruent faces? Well, you know what? Let's do it this way. Let's look at these. We have the cone, the cube, and the cylinder. Let's start over here. Which of those shapes has 6 congruent faces? If you said the cube, you are correct. Draw a nice straight line to connect those. Which of these shapes have 2 circular faces and 1 curved surface? If you said the cylinder, you are correct. Well, let's check. Don't just rush and draw the other line. Let's check that the cone has 1 circular face and 1 curved surface. Is that true? Yes, it is. So we can connect our line. It's always good to check the last one. You don't want to just rush and say, oh, I know that one. Make sure. Okay, so you're going to do the back of this page. Turn it over. We'll go over the directions. You're going to, for numbers 1, 2, and 3, just like we did on the front, you're going to circle the solid figure. You're going to name it, whether it is a cylinder, rectangular pyramid, or sphere. And those words are in the directions. And 2 of them, you're not going to use both lines. They just put those there because they didn't want you to know which one is the rectangular pyramid. Okay. Number 4, 5, and 6, you're going to mark the parts that each solid figure has, just like we did on the front. Number 7, also like we did on the front, you're going to match the solid figure with its description. And then you have an addition and subtraction review at the bottom with borrowing and carrying. Remember, start with the ones. Just look at each place value by itself. Okay, and it will be fine for you. And then you need to do your homework reviews page 253 and turn those in. All right, till next time.